5, 6, 7, 8, and hold for effect. End scene. Beautiful stuff. Now, keeping our focus on all things on the stage, Fiddler on the Roof, the musical that enchanted its first live audience in Broadway in 1964, remains one of the longest-running shows in history. Now, more than a half-century later, the vibrant students from the North Link College Performing Arts Department give this undying production a new dynamic. And in studio to tell us a little bit more about this is director Kobus Hanekom and musical director Charl Clayton. Good morning, gents, and thank you very much for being here this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Excellent. So, Fiddler on the Roof, a classic among classics. And is it something that a lot of theatres are sometimes very scared to take on because it is such a classic?
I think also because of the sheer size of the musical, they are reluctant, but we have the luxury of not having to pay the actors. So we can tackle it.
That makes a big difference, the talent. But for those who don't know the story, Fiddler on the Roof, very well, take us back, paint the scene for us. What is the story all about?
Well, imagine 1902, Russia, pogroms. I don't know whether you know or recognize the word. It's basically Holocaust.
Sure.
So it's Russia around about that era, and it's the forceful removals of the Jews, and also the breaking with tradition. So very relevant.
Yeah, I understand that the father has 5 daughters that choose to go against the tradition of the Jewish culture and marry for love, and he has to deal with all of these kind of quandaries there. And over and above that, so now you're faced with having to choose a cast who essentially have to be triple threats, because they have to be able to sing, dance, act, and then sometimes also improvise. So tell me a bit more about the young men and women that bring the story to life.
So basically, it's students from the Northern College, and they do a 2-year course.
Okay.
Which they basically learn all, like you said, the triple threat all in one.
Yes.
And basically put in the deep end and say, here's the musical. That's the best way to learn it.
And how long does it take you to prepare from start to finish once you've cast them to being ready for the big production on stage?
Well, we actually start working about 4 months in advance, because obviously they do other units as well. Musical theatre is just one of 16 units, which is part of the course. But because it's such a big unit, we actually start about 4 months in advance.
4 months. That hardly sounds like it's enough time, but clearly they have the chops for it. And tell me about the importance of from a theatre point of view, focusing on these classics and retelling these old stories. Do you think there is any value in it for society these days?
Absolutely. I think initially, I'll just give you an idea. Initially, the students were sort of reluctant.
Yes.
We don't know this, we don't understand this. But the minute the penny dropped, the minute they realized that they can actually relate to it, it changed overnight.
Wow.
So they definitely buy into it.
Yeah. Why would you say people have to come and see this show?
Oh, because of the stunning orchestra. 11-piece orchestra, which Charles put together for us, and we're very proud of it. I listened to it last night during our final dress. And a beautiful sound. So I'm very chuffed.
Excellent. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us this morning. We look forward to a fantastic show. And of course, yes, it was final dress last night because tonight is the very first night. The show runs at the Joseph Stone Auditorium all the way until the 15th of September. It's called Fiddler on the Roof, with tickets all available right now on CompuTicket. So go right ahead and purchase them so we can support our local talent. Now, earlier on this morning, Zoe was trying to get us to smell her forearms. I still don't understand. Zoe, why?